All right, guys. So I had something happen the other night. I recorded like a whole lot of discussion with some friends of mine, and we came across Injustice. But unfortunately, while I was recording the up teen hours that we were speaking, it was literally like a 7-hour conversation. It was insane. I don't know. We just lost track of time and just kept talking. I mean, what we're going to do during these days anyway, right? I mean, I'm working now, but some other people aren't. So we got to the topic of Injustice, and from what I remember, this is the way we kind of came across it, like what we'd put as Injustice 3's roster. I obviously can't remember everything, and after more deliberation on my own, much more deliberation, I have kind of changed the roster up that we decided on. I don't have every character that we decided to put into the game on here. But I will tell you, there's a narrative. I'm going to get into the narrative as well as what I think they should do with Injustice 3. Spoiler alert, it's not a Batman or Superman thing. They're not going to be the main characters. You know, that would be for once, finally, right? So this is the roster from Injustice 2 that I would bring back. Hang on, let me take this off real quick for you guys. Followers, let's take that off. Recent, okay. So let's get this uncluttered down here. So obviously we got Batman, Superman are going to be in it. I personally would not put Joker back in the game, but my friends told me there's no way it's not going to happen. So fuck it, Joker's in. Harley Quinn's obviously going to be in. I think Aquaman can be in, although once we talk about later on in the game, once we talk about the narrative points towards the middle or end of this video, Aquaman has room to change, swap out for a similar character. We got Wonder Woman. I wanted to drop Black Adam, and we all want to drop Black Adam, but the more we started talking about the narrative that is supposedly part of it, just the premise, right? Just the premise only, I thought, let's keep Black Adam in, because it would be kind of cool. Anyways, so Robin's in, and the reason why Robin's in is because Starfire's in and Cyborg's in. If you get where I'm going with this, can we finally do this for once? All right, so that's the explanation on those. The rest of these will be, well, Catwoman's just in it just because Catwoman's been in the other two, so it's like, you know, just let her be in all three, right? So let's continue. Let's get it going, guys. I think first and foremost, and not exactly that he would contribute to the story as much, but just because it's a popular character and they're milking the hell out of it lately is, well, I can't do it, can I? Hello? There we go. Is the Batman who laughs. Just because of how much he's been in DC media lately and how much he has been pushed in a sense and kind of milked. This is who I wanted to drop Joker for personally, is I want to drop Joker for Batman Who Laughs, so that could open up another roster slot if they would just drop Joker from a game. But it would also be kind of cool in the story if Batman and Joker did team up to fight the Batman Who Laughs like they do in the comics. That would be a pretty good little snippet to throw in. Pretty cool section. Let's see, and I don't remember all of these offhand, so it's gonna take a second for me to figure out who I put in there and down here. Please follow and subscribe, because this video took a lot of editing, man. Like, I gotta edit this. I had to go in and put all these bars in here. I had to put all these separate pictures for these down here. I'm gonna have to put all of them on the right. Go ahead and follow, subscribe. Next, okay, well, see, I did double the twofer. You get it, man. Put Beast Boy in finally and bring Raven back for the complete Teen Titans. Like, bring it all in. Let's just get all the Teen Titans in here. Raven needs a run back. She looked hideous in the Injustice 1. Beast Boy finally needs his justice as well. I don't particularly want Starfire back in, but if they could find a way to do, like, not Damon, but you know what I mean, like, they split the characters between future and past timelines last time, so they can do the same thing again. You know what I mean? Like, they could totally do it again. Where it's you know, it's man, I'm drawing a blank. Who the hell? What? Oh no, I can't remember the Robin. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. I can't. DC's not my forte. I'm more of a Marvel guy. But anyways, the Robin is romantically involved with Starfire. You know what I mean? So, and we got Cyborg. Cyborg be back for he'd be in all three games as well. So next I have Rose Wilson, which basically the reason why I chose Rose Wilson is the guys said they wanted Deathstroke back in. I started thinking about it and I was like, you know, let's take the opportunity to put in another female character. You know what I mean? Like, just because like there's not, when you get into newer characters, there's not that many newer female characters. They haven't done one that uses, I don't think they've done one that uses swords that much. But I mean, obviously Wonder Woman, right? But you know what I mean? Like guns and weapons and such. So let's get rid of the Deadshots. Let's get rid of the Deathstrokes, and she'll just take the place of both of them. You could put Deathstroke back in if you like Deathstroke also. It could be a premiere skin. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, she's his daughter. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool. Also, along with the Teen Titans. Been watching a lot of Teen Titans Go lately. So, I mean, she's in it in that cartoon as well. We got Booster Gold to go with Blue Beetle. That's the whole reason why Blue Beetle is still on the roster. Just because the dudes are homies. That's one of my friends' suggestions. They really think Booster Gold will be in the game. So throw out a shout out to you, Gage, and Booster Gold's in the game. Plastic Man, we all unanimously agreed on it is fucking time for Plastic Man to shine. And I think he should be one of the things they lead with if they reveal is like, hey, here's Plastic Man. So not much to say beyond that. Plastic Man finally needs to be in the game. Next, Martian Manhunter needs to run back. Just firming up the Justice League. I'm tired of Martian Manhunter not getting respect. Put some respect on this man's name. Next, we got Killer Croc, which, oh my god, look, some Batman characters. Can you believe it? In Injustice, Batman characters? What? So the reason why I put Killer Croc in here is because there's always kind of like a bruiser archetype. In the first game, there was Doomsday, Solomon Grundy, and Bane. So we thought we might put Bane on the shelf, even though we all agree that we do like Bane as a character. We just thought Killer Croc, if you choose one person to take Bane's spot, Killer Croc's pretty fucking cool. And I think it'd be cool to have him in the game as well. Give him some shine. Unfortunately, I mean, we all want Scarecrow back, but we don't think they'll bring Scarecrow back. I really thought he was one of the coolest designed characters in Injustice 2. But there's just so many Batman characters to pick, man. One I didn't put on the list was Clayface. I'm a huge Clayface fan, and I don't know how they would do it, but Clayface being in the game would be kind of cool, but he's not on this list. I just throwing that out there. There's also another character I thought would be cool is Metamorpho. He's the Element Man. So just Google him if you don't know who I'm talking about. All you hardcores know who I'm talking about. Metamorpho. He's not on the list either. But those are two that I thought would be pretty cool that are not on the list. Just throwing it out there. Next, I would bring back Hawkman and Hawkgirl. It says they have premiere skins or whatever. You can just swap them out, I think. Particularly, you'll see there's a little bit of it. There's a deep narrative kind of stuff, all this, and it's mostly relationships with what's going to happen with the actual story of how they can make the game really cool moments. In my opinion, this is just totally fan fiction, by the way. But a run back with Hawkman, Hawkgirl. Next, I'd put the Huntress. I don't really know much about Huntress. I think she's like, I don't think she's kind of like Green Arrow, right? I'm not sure. She kind of, from one of my little bit of research and pictures, she kind of looks like she's crossbow. She like kind of like Green Arrow. I'm not a Green Arrow fan, so I left him off the list. We all agreed that kind of, you know, maybe she could take the Arrow place. Or Speedy. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Arrows are arrows. But that's another female character. It's never a bad thing. Next is, if you've noticed, there's no Green Lantern on the list, but now there is. And that's because I want John Stewart to be the Green Lantern. Because Hal Jordan's doing something else. And he will be Spectre in this game because Hal Jordan will be dead. Somehow in the game, I'm sure all you gotta do is just swap skins over, reuse assets, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do with this that I'm gonna mention, reusing assets from other games and whatnot. So don't get too mad because they've done it in MK before. They've reused characters from other games and just kind of brush them up a little bit, put them in the campaign. They're unplayable characters because they are older characters with no new moves really. So just hear me out. This is part of the narrative. We're getting into it, right? So we're getting the narrative is Black Lanterns. And what is this guy's name? Okay, I had to look it up. It's a pretty cool character. Necros, is that his name? Black Lantern Necron. Okay, Necron. See, I don't know it that well. Okay, that's why this is pretty fan fictiony. But Necron is the main villain, the Black Lanterns. And see, I think it'd just be really fucking cool if somehow Hal dies, right? Hal's dead, but Hal helps him beat him as Spectre. You know, we get White Lanterns, White Lantern Justice League, Batman, Superman, White Lanterns at the end. Maybe Justice League White Lanterns with them. All kinds of crazy shit to end the game, right? Like the Black Lanterns are the reason. And the more characters you throw in here, the more you're gonna kind of see where I'm going with this. Is the fact that Black Lantern is kind of like somewhat resurrected dead, if I'm seeing it right. So it's like, you know, Beast Boy could be dead, but they also have a good skin. And I know this has all been done kind of in MK, right? But it was kind of done badly in a way, like because it just leaned on it too hard. I think this is actually goes a lot better with DC. You've already went and done the whole Revenant storyline with other characters. Learn from it and do it better. You know what I mean? I think it fits. Even though it was just done with MK, I understand. I totally understand. But if they do decide to go Black Lantern, and that changed my whole list, hearing that they might go Black Lanterns in this whole storyline. So that changed everything for me. Making this list, it changed all of it. So that's Necros is his name again. Oh my god, I've already forgotten. Oh my god. Necros, Spectre, Hal Jordan. I know Spectre, Hal Jordan's kind of an enemy most of the time, but you know, you can twist it around. So these next characters, if I'm remembering the way I labeled this right, is they kind of play on the dead, right? So you got Hawkman, Hawkgirl. They swap those out, fight each other, whatever. You got you know, well, not really Joker so much, but Green Arrow could be dead, and she has to fight her dad, if that is her dad. I don't know if that's her dad. It seems like it'd be like one of those things where it's like, hey, my dad, wherever, or her dad, or Deathstroke. You know what I mean? Batman, Robin could be dead. Like his son could be dead. You know what I mean? They bring him back as a Black Lantern. You know what I mean? It resurrect from the dead. Like, you know what I mean? That's real emotional stakes, stuff like that. That's kind of where I'm going with the narrative. Is relationships. This relationship, you know, Batman, Supergirl, Superman, Supergirl, my bad, not Batman. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Green Arrow, The Flash, all kinds of stuff that is, you know, Raven and Beast Boy and Starfire and Robin, Cyborg, all those things that are emotional ties. You're fighting people you love, you know what I mean? That are resurrected as demonic beings, kind of. So, speaking of being dead, Shazam. The only reason I left Black Adam is because we bring Shazam back, and Black Adam, Shazam, evil Superman or bad Superman, Injustice Superman basically has to deal with the fact, you know, hey, he's back. And you could bring all kinds of other characters that Superman's offed or whatever you want to do. You could bring any characters from the other ones back and have them like ghouls or whatever, and literally reuse the assets, you know? You could do that. You could do that easily. I think. Well, not easily, but, you know, brush up the skins like they did in MK. That was the whole reason to mention that kind of stuff. All right, so next is finally Constantine, right? We don't have really like a magic user per se. I know that Shazam and Black Adam are magic. Well, I guess Raven is magic, but you know what I mean. There was Sativa. Oh, I can't remember her name. The magician lady in Injustice 1. We had Dr. Light. In the last, or Dr. Fate, not Dr. Light. We had Dr. Fate in the last one. Now we finally get Constantine in this game, in the base roster, not DLC. Fuck that. Fuck that. So Constantine's in it, and he's helping with the whole dead and trying to figure out a plan to defeat the dead. What I got next? I got Solomon Grundy for the same reason. Like, Solomon Grundy, he's another Bruiser character, but I thought if they were doing like a dead thing, they could maybe take Solomon Grundy and try to research him. Try to Batman figure out a way he's connected to some like there's like some whatever comic booky shit, man. Connected to the death, to the Black Lanterns, or make Solomon Grundy a Black Lantern. Who cares? Next we got Ra's al Ghul. Same shit, man. Ra's al Ghul resurrected from the dead. Maybe he knows Batman talks to him. That's another Batman character. You know, that's not too many Batman characters, right? Because And then LaFreeze, Orange Lantern, just to add him in because they've done a Red Lantern, they've done a Yellow Lantern, they haven't done a Blue Lantern yet, but here's an Orange Lantern you can put into the game to kind of, at the beginning, more lanterns are never really a bad thing. And he's a pretty unique looking character. I don't know anything about him, but it's one of my Gage. You recommend to have this character in? I agree. Looking at the character, it's pretty unique looking and a different kind of lantern. So here we are. Next is Metallo. Well, I'm pretty sure like the next few characters I could put as like DLC-ish, or not. But I kind of want a Metallo in because there's like a distinct lack of like Superman villains in general. And I think Metallo could be DLC or Metallo could be in the game. I just think they could do him pretty cool. I also could swap him out for Parasite. I did not put a Parasite picture up here just because I was like, they could probably reuse stuff from Brainiac's stuff, and we all know Injustice likes to reuse their assets. So there you go. While I was researching, I came across this character, and if you don't know, she sounds pretty fucking cool. Her name is Grail, and she's actually a daughter of Darkseid and an Amazonian. So, like, I thought it was kind of cool. I kind of wanted Darkseid back, but the boys kind of were like, hey, Darkseid's not going to be back in the game. Darkseid won't be back in the game. So I was like, bro, what about, how much cooler would it be if you took, like, an Amazonian and you took him? She has Omega beams and the anti-life equation and stuff. She kind of just goes so well with the Black Lantern thing, like resurrection and death. Like, she's not dead, but you know what I mean? Like, her father could be dead. She could kill her dad. Like, he could be in the story too, because they could literally just plug him from Injustice 2 and just throw him in the game. Like, and not as a playable character, but just throw him in the game. And he could be a part of it. Darkseid could be in it, and Darkseid's daughter's in it. I just think all the things you could do with her, like in mid combos, you know what I mean? Like, she's using weapons and whatnot, and she's real, not as hulking as her father. She's more athletic, you know what I mean? Like, real flashy. All of a sudden, in mid combo, fucking Omega beams coming out, and man, it just, in my head, I was like, this sounds fucking sick. Like, just this character sounds awesome to put in the game. So after we get past this, I don't know how they're going to the game. I don't know how they're going to write the comic booky story for all these characters. But that's the whole story narrative is, you got all these characters. They kind of, not every one of them, but a lot of them go back to accentuating the Black Lantern storyline of death and resurrection and whatnot. So let's go next. These are like DLC characters. You already know they're putting an MK character in. You already fucking know. I already fucking know. If you don't think it's gonna happen, they put 2 of them in Injustice 2. Hopefully they don't put 3 of them in 3. I just chose Liu Kang just because it's like, you got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden. Like, where do you go after that, right? I also chose maybe Johnny Cage because these are kind of like movie-ish characters. You know what I mean? They all have movies. Johnny Cage, maybe. Shao Kahn, maybe. Even perhaps Katana if they want to put a female MK character. Because, everybody's about representation these days. And that's just the fact of life. That's just the fact of where we are now. If they want to put a female character, they could put a Cassie or Katana. Even though I'd probably say Cassie over Katana. Katana doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Like, she just got fans. I mean, come on, fans, and she has people at her butt. Let's be honest. It's not the coolest thing. Anyways, so we got Liu Kang DLC for sure. DLC, MK DLC is at least one of them. I actually filled up all these slots. These were DLCs, and so my roster, when it's all said and done, will have 40 characters in this game, right? Basically 40, because I mean, if you swap you can literally give this guy Hal Jordan skin if you want Hal Jordan that bad. You know what I mean? You can do exactly what they did to him, but the reverse. But I do think they should put a Spectre. I think that'd be kind of cool, something different. So next I got Dr. Manhattan, and my whole idea behind these DLCs is some money. Get the money, baby. What is gonna sell? So it's time for a Watchmen character, and we talked about it with the boys in Rorschach. We all like Rorschach, but it's like, just kind of punches people, right? So put Dr. Manhattan in. Dr. Manhattan can do some crazy shit, and it'd be really cool. You know what I mean? I think Dr. Manhattan's the choice. Rorschach might sell better, actually. But I think any Watchmen character would sell. But, you know, and they got the new storyline, Watchmen versus Superman or whatever. So Dr. Manhattan. And next, hopefully by the time this movie comes out, spoiler, Neo. They finally talked about it. We finally got Spawn. They talked about Neo last time. Let's go ahead and do Neo now. Let's just go ahead and do it. Same thing. Neo would sell. It's probably gonna be around the time that the next Matrix movie comes out. Whatever it's gonna be about. I have no idea what the Matrix movie is gonna be about. But Neo would be in it. He'd be a DLC character. I think he'd sell good. Kind of fits with the superhero thing. I mean, he really fits the superhero thing. I don't know what I'm saying. He really fits. And then next on the list, near and dear to my heart. Finally put some respect on Static Shock's name. I think he should be base roster, but if you sell him, it's fine. Like, they put Black Lightning and Raiden. I'm like, God damn it, why we put Raiden in the game when it could be Static fucking Shock? It should have been Static Shock, man. It should have been. I'm pissed off about it to this day. To this day! Static Shock, man, one of the more underrated DC characters. I think, like, especially with, like, growing up at the time where, like, the cartoon came out and everything, like, man, haven't really done with him much beyond that. And I feel like everybody's ready to embrace Static Shock, man. I really do. I really like Static Shock and Jon Stewart. I like both of them, man. So next, I got two more characters. This next one was a totally personal pick, okay? Just because I'd like to see him in the game and them do something with him is, well, we lost Static. Okay, I accidentally edited it wrong. We lost Static over here, guys. RIP. Static's still here, though. Okay, is the Demon Ifrit? Just because I like to see the way they do them. There's not really fire characters because we've left out Firestorm. So I think it'd be kind of cool to have the Demon in it. Of course, we do got Liu Kang, so that's fire character. Every time I say something, I contradict myself instantly. I've already contradicted myself before I say it. So Ifrit, the Demon, that's kind of an iffy one, right? It's like, hey, not many people know this character. Justice League Dark. Also, honorable mentions Deadman. Deadman could have been in the actual campaign, but I feel like if you got Deadman, you kind of don't need Spectre because you already got Constantine, and maybe you swap out Ra's al Ghul for Deadman. Who knows? You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm pretty proud of this list because there's only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Batman characters. 7 technically, right? Because Robin. That's a crossover. 7 Batman characters? Not that bad. All things considered. Wait, is that 8? Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8. Okay, never mind. I suck. This list sucks. Just JK. But the last, and my buddy mentioned it, and I totally agree, and especially after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and these guys already have a deal with DC. They've already made comics with them. It would be amazing if they could do this right. The characters were all different, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all the characters were different. So here we are, guys. It's finally time for the big DLC. The biggest, the most exciting. Wow, we already got 3 guest characters. Holy shit, what else could you do? You put in the Power Rangers. The motherfucking Power Rangers. The OGs, red, blue, black, yellow, pink, and green. All 6 of them. Put all 6 of them as a character. They have some moves they share or whatever, but do it like you did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I guarantee that shit will sell like hotcakes. Everybody will play the Power Rangers. Everybody will. They'll do it. So this is my roster, guys. Like I said, the DLC, and there's a lot. I've already mentioned like 6 or 7 or 8 characters that you left out. You have Red Tornado in there. I chose Atom Smasher as well as a deep cut. They had Atom Smasher in the background on one of the Injustice 1 maps. I think it was Injustice 1. Might have been 2. I mean, dude, there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of characters, and I actually looked at this list. I'm pretty happy with this list. Like, I think actually if I took any of them off, it'd probably be the demon, right? Like, that's kind of how I feel about it. And maybe Solomon Grundy, maybe. But the rest of them it all makes sense to me. I really think this would be a fucking good roster. I mean, we got just look at the different stuff we got, man. You know what I mean? Like, we got all the Teen Titans. Metallo's totally different. Well, not kind of Brainiac-ish. Constantine, magic user. We got different. You can redo Green Arrow stuff. Darkseid's daughter. You know, it's almost in a sense like MKX, where you had a lot of the kids take over, but I think these are pre-established characters, so it's betterly done. Butterly done, I think, in my opinion. So that's my list, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It did take a lot of editing, but here we are. And the total roster at the end would be 40, but it'd actually be a lot more than that. It'd be like 46 kind of ish, because, you know, like I said, you'd have maybe a premiere skin for these guys, so they'd have a second, you know. And obviously any characters that are dead, they can do like they did in MK, where they got Revenant skin and they have a non-Revenant skin. And I have no idea who all would be dead and who'd all be alive, but I think it'd be pretty fucking cool if they could do it right. I think that storyline fits a lot better with like a comic aesthetic, you know what I mean, in a comic world. And of course that'd be like 6 characters in one, basically, if they did exactly the way we wanted. So who knows if they do it the same way as they did in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I do think this would be a pretty good roster. And I'm totally biased because this is my list, and, you know, but talking to my friends after so long, I do think it's a good variety of characters. You know, of course you got, if you want to count Liu Kang, I don't know if you even count him, but we won't count him for this sake, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like 19, almost 20 completely brand new characters. Like, obviously they would redo Hawkman, be a little bit different, and Martian Manhunter be a little bit different, but I won't count them, you know what I mean? So that's almost brand new characters. That's fresh ideas they can use. They can take stuff from other characters that are somewhat similar. That's a big roster, but I mean, hey man, if y'all want to cut me a check right now for my excellent roster, my excellent story, just I'll give you my email. You know, just reach out and I'll give you my email. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this list, this little fan casting of Injustice 3. I appreciate you guys a lot. Please do subscribe and share this. Put it on Reddit for me. You know, I can't put it there myself. No self-promotion, but this is my channel. I'll promote anytime I want. So if you guys want to share this and talk about it in discussions, feel free. Throw out some more characters. We'll talk about it. So thanks for watching. Leave a like. Follow me on Twitch. We're almost affiliated. Thank God. It's been a long time. Been a long time coming. Thank you guys again for about the 17th time, and enjoy your quarantine, guys. We'll see you next time.